Sure to cook.
Welcome back to another episode of Be Sure to Cook. Today, we're going to make something a little special. We're going to make meatloaf. This is no ordinary meatloaf. We're making turkey meatloaf. So stay tuned and let's do this. Okay, we got all our vegetables that we're going to be putting in here. We're going to be using a green pepper, a red bell pepper, and a red onion. We're using red onion today because I want that flavor and I want that great look to have that all in my meatloaf. So, but today, instead of me chopping, I'm going to have my handy chopper, much quicker because I can just go zoom, zoom, and I'm done with a couple of choppers. So let's put all this together. Okay, we're going to start off with cutting this purple onion because we have to peel this onion. I always cut off each side of the onion and I peel this off. Okay, I want to wedge this. And then I'm also going to do the same for my green pepper. And while I'm doing this, guys, we're going to rinse these off thoroughly in my strainer. So I'm just going to cut some chunks here. We don't want the seeds. We don't need you today. I'm going to get these seeds out of here and I'm going to do some chunks. Then I'm also going to do the same thing with the green pepper. And that green pepper, we're going to have to wash that a little bit now. And I see dirt on that, real bad dirt. Dirt's on all of it, but I don't want dirt to be like showing on there. So let's give this a rinse right quick. Okay, I'm going to chunk these two because they're all going to get cut up regular. So let's just chunk these. Maybe we'll take this and chunk these again. Okay, but guess what? Earlier, before we started the show, I've already done some garlic. So I've already chopped up some garlic and I've done some garlic in the middle of the show. I mean, earlier before we did the show, that was the first thing because I try to get things out of the way. Now this stuff is going to be washed again. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and chop some green pepper. I was going to chop them all together and I thought, I want all those rainbows together and I want it to come out even. So I give it a couple twists, chop even, and look at it. I'm going to rinse this out and I'm going to show you. Okay, then I have put it back in here, and now I've got my red bell pepper going down. I'm going to put the top on here, and I'm going to turn this around. Give this a couple of chops. Okay, now I got my onion. That's that beautiful purple onion we got in here. So if I would have put all three of these together, it wouldn't have chopped. See, like that something's wrong. Let's see. Let me get this together. I don't think it's in there good still, guys. But let's see. Yeah, it is. Okay, I've got ground turkey here. I've got 85-15. And the only reason why I got 85-15, you can do 7, whatever ratio. I got 15% fat because I want my meatloaf to be juicy and still have some type of great moisture to it. The lower you go in the fat, the less dry you would get in your turkey, so it would be drier. I want mine to be moist. And besides that, I'm going to be adding something else in here that's going to make it even more moisture. So let's go ahead and do this. Okay, in my mixture here, I'm going to be adding some milk into my mixture just for a little of the moistness. And I'm probably going to add about 1/3 cup of milk. Now you can do any milk you want, low fat, half tables. 2% regular, whatever you want. Whatever you want. I'm going to do nothing but 1/3 cup of that. I'm going to do a tablespoon of steak sauce. I mean, because what I'm making exactly meatloaf. But you can make your meatloaf any way you want it. Just substitute it for turkey. Okay, I've got some meat tenderizer because I want it to be really tender. You know how turkey tightens up and it kind of gets like really tightened? I don't want that. I want it to be loose. And I'm going to use about a tablespoon of meat tenderizer. You can opt out on that if you do not want that. A tablespoon of Mrs. Dash blend. It's got all the flavors, so why do I need anything else? A couple of shots of Worcestershire sauce. People say it all really wrong. Worcestershire. I'm saying it wrong. Worcestershire sauce. Correct me, guys. Just a couple of shots of that. I'm just gonna mix this concoction up. This stuff all up nice and good here. Okay, I've got parsley in here, paprika, a little dry onion mix, and seasoned salt. And I'm just gonna mix that all into my little mess over here. Don't forget about the garlic. This is about 2 cloves or 3 cloves of garlic. Now you can use 1 if you want, depends on how big this is, but this is 3 pounds of turkey. So if everybody said, oh, she forgot the turkey. No, I didn't. It's 3 pounds of turkey. And I've got all of that in there. This is turkey, guys, so it's totally different than with, making it with, hamburger, but it's totally healthy. Okay, I've got some olive oil. So I'm going to add about 2 tablespoons of olive oil into my turkey. And I am going to mix it up because I really want it to be moistened. And I really want it to be nice, soft. And I wanted to have some type of moisten in here, some type of oil that we're going to leave out here. And I need that. Okay, once that gets in there, mixed good, wash my hands. Okay, then I'm going to pull my mixture inside here. And I'm going to combine this together. Mix this all up together. Combine it. Sometimes my words don't come out right. That's what I'm trying to say. All of those vegetables are going to go down inside of here. And then you just get to squeeze it and mix it so everything's incorporated, completely incorporated. Because why? You think I should add the egg in here? Turkey. I'm going to sprinkle a half a cup of Parmesan cheese in here. Not a lot, just enough to mix this up again. And we're going to let it sit in the refrigerator for about 20-25 minutes. After everything gets combined, once everything's combined really good, mix that all up. Gotta mix it up like you're mixing a cake, because this is a little bit different than what we got. Then we let it sit in the oven, sit in the refrigerator for about 25 minutes to get all those flavors going through there. And then we'll mold this and we'll pop it in the oven at 350 degrees. So let's put this right into the refrigerator and let it just sit there and catch all those flavors. All right. This is out of the refrigerator for about 25 minutes. We're going to take it, and I already put this in here when I took it out of the refrigerator to test it. And I'm just going to take it and dump it. This pan has already been, there's some of that cheese. It didn't get mixed up really good. Okay, that's okay because that could be on top. Okay, so put that pan in the sink. Now let me show you how to form it without even acting like you have a meatloaf pan, because actually you really don't need a meatloaf pan. You can use any pan you want. You just form it just like you would do a regular old meatloaf pan, like it would. Just imagine if you like messing with clay or whatever. Just imagine you. This meatloaf is not going to have any sauce on it. I'm going to make a sauce to go on it. I'm going to make a nice brown sauce. It is turkey. So I'm going to make a nice sauce for this turkey meatloaf. Let's check our meatloaf. All right, look at that. And look at, it's nice and tender. And I think this meatloaf is done. Okay, we've just took the meatloaf out of the oven. Now this is a turkey meatloaf, so I wanted to make something a little different with this turkey meatloaf. Another. So what I did is I made some turkey gravy and I made it thick and I added a little bit more thickener to it to make it thick. So what we're going to do now, we're going to, okay, so I made a little thick turkey gravy, put a little parsley in it, and this is what we're going to, I'll put this on the side right here. I am going to pour some of this wonderful turkey gravy over my meatloaf because this turkey gravy is the sauce to my meatloaf. I only made like a cup or so. Oh, look at that, yeah. Oh, I hated getting on my pans. Oh, I love cooking so much. I even love the pans that I use. I'm telling you, I mean, that's all I think. I dream about different dishes. And I'm think about things that I can do to make things different because I'm just a different type of person. Okay, and there it goes. There is my turkey meatloaf. And there it is. Okay, guys, I put aluminum foil over my broccoli casserole, but I sprayed it with nonstick spray. And you can see it's starting to bubble and it's starting to brown up. I didn't want it to burn. Now this meatloaf has been cooling, and what I did to make sure nothing got on it, nothing flew on it or whatever, I put a aluminum foil wrap over it just to make sure everything stays nice and tidy. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and cut into this just to show you all what this looks like inside. So I'm going to start with a nice pretty wedge. As you notice, I did not put any eggs or anything in it because when you're dealing with turkey, turkey kind of like tightens up itself, so you really don't need all that. So I cut a little wedge piece here. I want you to show you all this inside. Oh my God, look at this. This is my turkey meatloaf. Look at everything and look how look, this is my piece. And look how moist and look at that. Look how juicy and moist that is. That's what you're gonna get when you make this meatloaf. Okay, this meatloaf is the most delicious thing I've ever made, delicious thing I've ever tasted. And I put this in my head and I said, I want to make something different and unique, something that nobody's probably made. And if they did, hey, thumbs up to you because I know it's good. But follow this recipe and you can get delicious meatloaf every time. Because guess what? I didn't make this meatloaf alone. We did this together, you and me. We made this meatloaf. And I hope you can come back so we can make plenty more dishes together again. Please like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Hey guys, I'm going to have to get out of here and see you next time. See you next time. Bye.